235 AD, in the mountains of Persia, a hunter was born. His name was Bahram, son of no noble line. Just a man, but fate carved ambition into his soul like a blade across flesh. The kingdom he lived in was rotten, its king cruel and gluttonous. He starved the people, spilled blood for pleasure, and desecrated temples once sacred. Bahram could not watch idly. He joined the Persian army not for glory, but for justice. He rose quickly, first a soldier, then a commander, then the fist of the people. His victories were swift, righteous, and in the 15th year he led a coup that shook the earth. The tyrant king was torn from his throne, dragged through the streets by his own generals, flayed and burned in the public square. His banners fell, soaked in blood and piss. The palace was raided, his wives freed, and his golden throne melted into coins for the poor. Bahram had saved the kingdom. The people chanted his name, Bahram the Deliverer, Bahram the Flame, and high above the gods were watching. As king, Bahram continued the righteous path he began. He rebuilt temples, fed the hungry, and punished corrupt nobles. His name spread as a just and noble ruler. But then, the dreams began. He stood on hills of skulls, gold dripped from his hands. He saw a goddess in blue fire, her eyes like rivers, whispering,
"Come to me, rule the earth, become God."
The visions returned night after night. In them he slaughtered kings, mounted their heads on obsidian walls. He claimed lands where sun had never touched, burned cities to ash, and took their daughters to bed beneath the smoke of conquest. Slowly, Bahram began to surrender to the dreams. What had once disgusted him now thrilled him. Was this what kingship truly demanded? Or was he becoming the very tyrant he once overthrew? And always the voice called,
"Come to me, rule the earth, become God."
He gave in. He set out to find her, the goddess, the one from his dreams.
For I, a man greater than all men, shall ascend to the heavens to become a god, and a god deserves a goddess.
He found her in a moonlit spring. Anahita, goddess of water, fertility, and wisdom. Her skin shimmered like water, her hair a veil of stars.
"Bahram,
She said softly.
I have been waiting."
The goddess had fallen in love with a mere man, and so they wed.
"I will give you everything you desire,
She whispered.
good or bad."
And with Anahita's blessing, the world bled. Bahram became unstoppable. He launched campaigns across empires. His men burned villages and salted the earth. Cities were reduced to bone and dust. Infants were dashed against temple stones. Wells were poisoned. Pregnant women were disemboweled and strung on trees as omens. In one campaign alone, 4,000 prisoners were buried alive, their screams silenced under Bahram's banner. And in every battlefield, Anahita stood beside him, her eyes calm, her hands clean. The people stopped calling him king. They called him the Devourer. He had become legend. He had become God. But Bahram had one flaw. He was still mortal. He aged. His skin sagged, his bones ached, his once mighty hands trembled, and his dreams changed. No longer visions of conquest, now visions of death. His own rotting corpse, maggots pouring from his eyes, his empire crumbling into dust.
Why do I wither?
He cried.
I burn brighter than any star. Why do I fade?
He turned to Anahita.
Make me eternal. You made me king. Now make me God.
She said nothing. So Bahram conspired. Desperate, he plotted to kill her, believing that by consuming divine flesh, he might claim her immortality. He led her into a trap and struck her with blades of obsidian. She fell. but she did not bleed. She rose again, radiant, her eyes filled with thunder.
Like all men before you, you chose power. And like all men, you failed. Did you think you found me by fate?
She asked.
You were never chosen. You were wagered.
She touched his head, and truth flooded his mind. Bahram saw a moment, frozen in time, years ago, just after he had overthrown the king. Two forces watched. Ahura Mazda, the wise lord, stood in solemn pride.
He chose justice. He rose from dust, not to conquer, but to protect.
But beside him, Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit, grinned.
He is still a man, and all men burn under the scent of power.
You think him corruptible?
I wager it.
Angra said, eyes like shadowed coals.
Let me offer him vision.
Bahram saw the life he could have lived. A just ruler, a humble king, a man of peace and wisdom. He saw the manipulation, every dream, every fear of death planted, his ambition stoked, his soul slowly harvested. He had not chosen greatness, he had been fed it, and he devoured it. Far above, Ahura Mazda turned to Angra Mainyu.
You defiled him.
No,
said Angra.
He chose his path. All I gave was suggestion.
He was meant to be an example to men.
Now he will be.
He smiled.
A different kind of example.
Bahram dropped to his knees, shattered by the visions. The weight of truth crushed his pride.
I did not know,
he whispered.
I only wanted to be more.
Anahita stepped toward him, eyes ablaze with divine sorrow.
And so you were, more than a man, more than a tyrant, but never more than your choices.
She raised her hand, not in mercy but in judgment. A flash of divine light tore through him. Bahram's mortal body collapsed to the earth, and his soul fell. He awoke in darkness. He wandered the void for what felt like centuries, through a realm of fireless shadows and infinite echoes. A place where every soul is mirrored against what it could have been. And there, seated upon a throne of broken promises, was Angra Mainyu.
You were my finest gamble,
he said.
From hero to horror, and now...
Bahram, gaunt and broken, looked up.
What am I now?
You are ready.
Ready for what?
Angra Mainyu stood, shadows coiled around him like serpents.
To rise again,
he said.
But first...
He stepped closer, his voice lowered.
Kneel.